Alright guys, it's been a few weeks, but here's another little update. So I started started using RO water or doing water changes just once so far. That was last week, and just a 50%. So I'm switching back to 50% water changes. And now with RO, it's actually more cost effective, obviously. So I'm actually looking forward to that, making the water changes a lot easier. As far as improvements, I raised the lights up a tad, another few inches, because I started getting more some algae on the Monte Carlo and some other plants, and I know that probably isn't as much to do with the lights as it is balancing out the fertilizers and CO2, but raising the lights up seemed to help until I can get everything in balance. The other night I left the lights on by accident, and these guys got really red tips. Now they're starting to green out again, now that everything's back to normal, and I'm wondering if it was from all of that extra light, probably about 13 hours of light, and it's making me think if I should, maybe have a longer lighting period, a longer photo period. And I probably will eventually. Right now I'm only at 7 hours, and I don't know what everybody else is doing, but 7 hours seems to be okay. I would like to go longer. Let me know what you guys think. But otherwise, I mean, they look fine. But the red started, after a couple of days, the red started fading away again. But you can see where it was. They're just a little paler than they were. Their Sunset looks great. I'm probably gonna, actually I will trim them down and plant them to get some more stems of them growing. And this guy, and I forget his name. I have it in my journal, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of that. I have too much of the same color from that. I think it's at Ludwigia Rubin, I think that is back there. Also. And this stuff's too finicky. When it does great, it does great. When I change something, it starts getting all deformed. It's still alive. It doesn't grow a lot of algae, but it seems like once it starts getting deformed, it kind of stays that way. If I trim that top off, it'll start growing new stems, and they'll be perfectly fine. But it's just too much of a hassle, I think. Maybe I'll put it in the 20 long. The Reineke, I haven't trimmed the algae off of those ones, so I'll just concentrate over here with the ones I was having the real big problem with. I tore them all out and planted the tops. The tops seem to be doing okay. You can see some of the older leaves that are still on there, but the tops seem to be doing okay. I'm really hoping they benefit from the RO. And the Kimberly back there just started growing. I guess it finally just got rooted and it's starting to grow, so I'm looking forward to see how that grows. This guy is still alive. New growth seems fine, but I'll probably have to rip that out and just plant the nice healthy growth. And again, I'm hoping everything benefits from the RO, because like I said, my water wasn't hard, but the GH was 9, 10, and I don't know if it was, on what side it was, but it was up there. Nice pregnant Amano. And I just hacked these guys back. I figured I'll just start bushing it out now. I hacked them. Obviously some of the stuff started growing uneven. I don't know how to bush it out. I see it done all the time, but do I keep hacking the new growth, or do I wait until it all starts growing up and then hack it at the same level? I think that's what I'm gonna do, is let it grow for maybe another week or two and then hack it at the same level and just keep doing that. I guess like you would do shrubs outside in your yard. So obviously some of the nice ones I replant it within. So I'm looking. Hopefully I can get it. Hopefully I can get the bush out. But for the most part, from afar, I like the way it looks. The butterfly, obviously, it's going to have to be cut down and I'll need more of that, I'm sure. I really want to go, a little Dutch with this, so I guess I'm going to have to bunch these things together and really clean up the lines and move some things around. But I need more plants. I need some of these to grow more before I can really do that. I don't know, unless you guys disagree, let me know. So the other project I was showing you guys before with the brine shrimp. So I had like 3 or 4 dials, maybe 5. I found that not doing water changes, or just doing small water changes, and just feeding them a little bit every day, letting the algae grow, they seem to be growing. Again, I honestly don't think this is a feasible way to feed your fish, but as a fun little project, it's working pretty well. There's some breeding right there. I don't know if they're actually breeding, if it's growing the colony in here or not, but I just took a few scoops the other day and fed them, so the numbers are a little smaller. But dirty tank. I just cleaned the glass just for this video. Real simple. What I've been doing to feed them is this top glass cover was just covered with algae, and as you can imagine, with the glass covered, it gets a lot of condensation. So to feed them, I would just tip the glass up a little bit, let the condensation and algae run down and drip back down into the water. I would put a little spirulina in there a couple times a week, just a small amount of spirulina powder. But then I'm thinking, everything, the algae and everything would just come up on the glass, and I just drip the algae back in, and they seem to go crazy for it. So that's that. And I'll show you the 20 long real quick. Not a lot to show. I just threw a lot of trimmings in here just to get the tank started. This is all RO, remineralized, of course. Just threw Rotellus in there. Of course, they're doing good. They can pretty much grow in battery acid. But I'm trying to get the tank cycled. I threw some Reineke in there to see how it does in this tank with remineralized RO. No CO2 yet. Still waiting on the regulator. Probably looking mid-June. So soon. Well, yeah, I'll just use it as a grow out, and eventually some crystal red shrimp. But in this tank, so far, things are going good. This is that Beams Work high lumen 65K light. So again, nothing to look at yet, but everything's growing good. It's actually a pretty bright light. Doesn't give off a lot of heat. Not affecting my water temperature. So that's about it. So I'll try to stay regular on updates and post more pictures also. So, alright guys, thanks.